Hey everyone, welcome back to Life is for the Living. We're having a little technical difficulties. I wish you could have seen that. My wife is driving, so she doesn't run red lights. So when the light turns yellow, she's on the brake, and she had to kind of, restrain me. Short stop me.
The mom move.
The mom move. Hey, today's video is about living, right? Life is for the living is what we talk about here. And what do we mean by that? Well, today, one of the things that we mean by that is driving, 2 hours?
Driving 2 hours to go to dinner.
We're driving 2 hours, and we don't live...
Well, that's one way.
That's one way,
yeah.
Right? We're driving 2 hours to go to dinner. Now, so we live in Virginia, and we're driving...
Almost 2 hours.
Almost 2 hours, yeah. Anyway, well, who's counting? So we're driving to the Outerbanks, and we're going to a nice restaurant down there that we love to go to, and we just decided, I asked Becky earlier, she said, well, do you really want to go or not? We didn't have a lot going on today, and I said, look, when we're old and can't move around and do all this cool stuff like we can now, would we regret coming down here today? And the answer to that, I think, is no, we're not going to regret. We probably would regret just not getting in the car and heading
doing
this
something
way.
Spur of the moment. Out of the normal routine.
Right, because what happens, when you hear someone say, well, time flies, time's going by so fast now. So there was a study done, and I wish I could reference it. I would link it in the comments below, and maybe if I find it later, I'll add it, where when you live, and sorry, I'm paying attention.
Oh, that's the sheriff. I just got passed by the sheriff.
We just got passed by the popo.
No racing going on.
It's probably like, look at that. And, but seriously, there was a study where when you do the same thing over and over and over again, and you have these same habits, that your brain doesn't timestamp the event or the cool thing that you did, and so you can't remember. It's unremarkable. Like a doctor will talk about an x-ray saying it's unremarkable, meaning there's nothing there. Well, your brain is saying, hey, there's nothing remarkable about today. Nothing good happened. I'm going to remember that. And so when you mix up your schedule and you start doing different things and doing stuff that you might not normally do, then it breaks the cycle, right? You can remember that crazy Saturday afternoon we decided to drive 2 hours one way, or almost 2 hours one way, to go grab dinner. So
it's a really good dinner, though.
Yeah, it's really good, man. It's worth it. If we're driving, you want to tell them where we're going?
Yeah. Okay. So we are going. Sorry, as I try to pay attention to the road.
You pay attention to the road.
We are going to a restaurant called Bass Nights Lynn Cedar in the Outer Banks, and I'm not sure, is that Manio? I guess it still has the Nag's Head address, but it's right before Manio, North Carolina. A real quaint little town there, off of the Outer Banks. So the great thing about this restaurant is they market and sell fish that's caught locally, which is really cool. Yep. And first off, we love to support mom and pop businesses in our area, even though it's a little outside of our area, but I feel like it's my area because I grew up coming down here all the time and have really great memories. But anyways, it's a small family-owned restaurant, and so they market local fishermen fish, and also they grow their own vegetables in their garden. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It really is cool. And hey, a neat thing about this place is below the restaurant, they actually have the downspouts for the gutter system that catches the water from the roof. It routes through these different pipes, and it feeds the garden outside the restaurant.
It's so cool.
Now, they have a bigger garden somewhere else where they get the bulk of their stuff from, but they do grow. They have a greenhouse. So, yeah, they're growing it year-round, and they're doing it. It's really cool. The food, though, I'll tell you,
it's amazing.
It's amazing. It's very balanced. The salad was great.
Everything's handmade. The dressings.
It's just a salad.
Lettuce from the garden.
It's just a salad.
The croutons and
it's just a salad, right? It's just a salad. But my goodness, it's really great. Good. So, break out of that habit that, I think even in relationships too, when people do the same thing, they say the same thing, Tony Robbins talks about this. You go to your your box job, sit in your box cubicle, you drive your box car to get there, you eat your box lunch, you come home in your box car, back to your box house, you eat your box dinner, watch the box, and then go to sleep. I mean, exaggeration, right? But, I mean, it's kind of the truth. I mean, when you live that life, there's nothing that defines happiness for you or that really cool stuff. You have your moments. You might go on one vacation a year and you go over a family member's house for a cookout or something. But I mean, like, that's great. Glad, better that than nothing. But you've got to crank out the memories because time flies. Part of this we formed this channel and this movement because our kids, in a blink of an eye, are older. I mean, it doesn't matter how old, right? But I mean, one's driving, one will be driving next year.
The scary thing is one will be 18.
Yeah, one will be 18, and we remember that day like it was yesterday she was born, and all the cool stuff. So just remember, don't get caught in the habits of life, and don't get caught in the habit of living. Live life, right? And there's a difference there. The habit of living is that unremarkable day that every day is the exact same. You watch the same crap on TV, which, by the way, we need to do an episode on just TV, especially the news. I have this belief that the news is this disruptive pattern of behavior that people watch on a daily basis. I used to be one of those people, and I watched it, and now I don't. I mean, we had a storm yesterday, and I had no idea it was coming until a few hours before, and I heard, hey, everybody better, hunker down. We've got a terrible thunderstorms and wind. And I'm like, wow, I didn't know that. Now, I do pay attention to financial news, but I know where they get that. It's not mixed into someone's personal, politics and belief system. I just want the facts. I'll make up my own mind. I just want known facts. But the point being is the messaging that you're getting on a daily basis. If it's the same message and you're watching the same channels and you're watching it at the exact same time and doing the exact same thing, man, there's nothing that happens in your life that makes you remember it. So just remember, get in the car by yourself, your significant other, whoever, friends, and drive 2 hours and go grab a salad. And no, we're not crazy.
Well, slightly.
Maybe. It's questionable. Depends who you ask, right?
Yeah, I was getting ready to say the same thing.
No, but seriously.
Guess what? You owe me a drink at the restaurant. The saying is, if you repeat something at the same time, you owe me a beer. I don't want a beer. I'd like a glass of wine.
Well, you drink a glass of wine and I'll drive home. Because
sounds good to me.
We don't drink and drive. By the way, we actually, I think both of us are very strong about that. It's not even one beer, not even one glass of wine. Just don't do it because it's dangerous and stupid, quite honestly. My health is really, knock on wood, good. But I've been changing my diet. Speaking of salads, I've changed my diet because, as you change your thoughts, that's great, but you have to also change what goes into your body. As you change your diet and you're eating healthier and you feel better about yourself, it helps with days like today. I mean, look, if I felt like crap right now and I was lethargic and just wanted to watch TV, we wouldn't be driving 2 hours, right? You might, but I wouldn't be with you. So that wouldn't be cool. But anyway, that's it for today. Hey, it's a 8-minute video. Wow, almost a record for us. So we're going to do a lot of Life is for a Living. You might watch it and say, oh my God, these people are goofy. Or you might watch it and think, wow, that's something we ought to do, and maybe learn something here or there. Here's the thing. We're serious enough in our jobs. We're business owners, multiple business owners, and we do a lot of stuff. Becky's a licensed CPA, and I'm in the building and real estate business and a few other things. And, we have to be serious. We have our moments of seriousness. That's why things like this is cool, right? You get to just say, hey, you know what? We're serious at work. Man, let's just relax. Let's just live. So anyway, see you guys later. Have a good one.
Bye.